Alright guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you the haul of stuff that Eric and I purchased at the church rummage sale, and then I just have a couple of extra things to throw on at the end as well. And I tried to keep it Christmas themed since there is a lot of Christmas involved. So some vintage Christmas items that we have recently gotten listed. So the first thing, I'll start with these. Eric found these candle holders, and they spell out Noel. So I do think these were painted by someone in 1968 is what they're dated. So here's the N and the O, and these are in really nice condition, and they were done really good too. So, and then here is the E and the L. So these Noel spell out candle holder, some of these can sell really well. More so the ones that, you know, have the little Christmas figures and things like that on them. But, you know, people still do collect just these ones, but which I would consider a little more like basic looking, or, you know, I don't like using the word basic, but you know what I mean. There's not like a whole lot to them. It's just a holly and berry kind of theme. But, you know, some of them can get kind of wild with the little, like, Christmas figures. So I think he paid, I want to say he paid $5 for those. And we have them listed on auction currently with a starting price of $39.99. So if they don't get any bids, I'll just relist them as a buy it now for that price. I actually found these tumbling snowmen. And I've talked about these before. These were actually still in the original box, which is always awesome. So it was the complete set of 5. And I'm not going to get out every single one of them, but they're just these little ceramic snowmen in various tumbling positions. So when you line them up, it looks like he is doing a tumble set, basically. So I've actually sold these before in the past. This is actually, I think, my third or fourth set. I paid $1 for these, and I listed them as a buy it now for $49.99. So I actually have 2 sets of these listed, both at the same price. But these ones do have a box, which is nice. I did decide to pick up this little Homeco angel. I'm not big into picking up Homeco, but she was really precious. I loved her facial expression. Like, to look at her, she looks like Lefton to me. I mean, I honestly wouldn't have known the difference until I looked at the bottom and saw that, you know, there was a Homeco sticker, but she was in really nice condition. I paid 25 cents for her, and I listed her as a buy it now for $12.99. I moved my light a little bit. I felt like it was a little bit dark. Okay, so I also picked up this little angel, and this one is by Schmid. She's a little pink one, and she has her little sticker there on the bottom, made in Japan. So I liked her dress, had these little like atomic looking starbursts on them. That kind of is what drew me in with her. So I paid $1 for this one, and again I listed as a buy it now for $12.99. I did end up picking up this Lefton Pixie. When I picked it up, I noticed there was like this chip here on his foot, not realizing he's also broken here. He would have been holding, I think it was a rake, I want to say. He does still have his Lefton sticker on. I know so many people do things with crafting and making like assemblages and stuff like that, that I thought someone might still want him. He's just so cute. I couldn't pass him up. I hated that he had a problem though. I think he had $0.25 on him. So what I did was, I have a bunch of these older little bottle brush tree wreaths, and I have like a whole baggie of these, and I just kept them because I figured I'd find something to do with them at some point. So what I did was, I put one, when I listed this, I added one to him. So if someone still wants to display him as he is, they could easily just put this wreath right up against his foot, and you wouldn't notice any issue at all because the rest of him is in really nice condition. So I just kind of wanted to add add that to it so someone could still find use for him, because I just hate seeing stuff like this be thrown away, because it's just harder and harder to find vintage Christmas, in my opinion. So I went ahead and listed him with the bottle brush tree on auction with a starting price of $9.99, and he does have a bid, so that's awesome. He is not going to a trash heap somewhere. I found this vintage crocheted Christmas stocking, so I'm assuming somebody made this. It has two little Santa Claus heads on it, and they have these googly eyes. It's really cute, and the look of it has that like granny square, like Afghan type of look to it, so I decided to pick this up. I paid $1 for it, and I listed it as a buy it now for $19.99. This I found in the toy room. These were called Soda Pop Girls. I think they came out somewhere in the 2000s. I remember seeing them in stores like TJ Maxx and Ross and stuff like that back then. So basically they are scented little figures. Like here's her little animal figure. And it came with like a little purse for her, and then this is what the doll looks like. I think something is wrong with this one's head. I just feel like her head shouldn't be this loose, so I don't know if she will sell or not. I didn't realize that when I picked it up, but I did pick her up. Ones that are still sealed can sell really well. Like I said, this one I think might have an issue, so I don't expect much from her. I paid $1 for it, and I listed it on auction with a starting price of $12.99. So if it doesn't get a bid, I might relist as a buy it now for that price, or I might bring down the price on that, since I feel like there's something just funky with her neck. Eric and I got like a box full of these Oral-B replacement toothbrush heads. These were, I want to say, 4 for $1. So what I did was I listed a lot of 4. So I have 6 lots of 4 available, and I listed them as a buy it now for $19.99 a piece. So that's for a lot of 4 of these. I actually had just purchased a it was a Sonic toothbrush head replacements I got them at Goodwill for like $1.99, and I sold those for $19.99. So people are looking for these replacement brush heads. Then I also found this lot of 4. These are the Oral-B charcoal. So there's 2 brush heads in each pack. These ones here, I'm pretty sure I paid $1 for all 4 of these, and I listed these all together for a buy it now of $29.99. We also picked up this vintage Santa Claus blow mold. He was 50 cents. I didn't list him yet. He is missing a light. I'm pretty sure we have one that we can put in him. So until I put that light in, I'm not going to list him, but he probably will be listed at some point once we get the light in him. Then Eric and I grabbed a bunch of these glass pieces. I'm going to be doing, my next Whatnot show is going to be glass and pewter. So I picked these up to put in my Whatnot show. These here are sailboats, and they do say made in Murano, Italy. So it's this green speckled sailboat and this like peachy orange color. So I don't know if I'll put all of these things in at once, if you know what I mean. I might just like post 1 or 2 into my show, and then next time I have a glass show, do some more, so I'm not like competing with myself as far as like trying to sell 500 different glass fish. Do you know what I mean? Because there was a lot of fish. So we took all of these. Mainly, I think these were all $2 a piece, I want to say. So there was this blue fish. Then we got this really pretty orange one. I know when I do glass shows, I have requests for glass critters. People looking for glass critters. So when we saw these, like that was what was in our heads, because I do like listening to what people are interested in seeing in Whatnot shows. Then there was this kind of like peachy pink one. There was also this cobalt blue one. I really like that one. Last little glass one was this little green fish here. So that's pretty much everything I feel like for the church sale. I think I did get a Coach purse for $5. I haven't listed that yet. I'm probably going to get it cleaned up first, use like my leather cleaner and stuff on it. So that will be listed. You'll see it in a haul. One thing I wanted to mention before I move on to the rest of this haul, I'm probably gonna make a separate video on the things that I'm gonna be selling in my next Whatnot. I feel like I only did that one time, but I do have some nice glass pieces that are gonna be in my next Whatnot show and some pewter pieces. So I just wanted to share those things with you guys. I know not everyone from my YouTube channel like comes into the Whatnot shows and stuff like that, and that's understandable. Like, you know, you don't have to or anything. But I did also want to make mention, like, you can bid on stuff on Whatnot. Like, you can bid on stuff that's going to be in my show, and you don't have to be there. So if you ever feel like, you know, the reason that you're not wanting to, like, come on Whatnot is because you don't have the time or you can't make the time to, like, watch the show, you can always still put in what they call a pre-bid on the item, and you don't have to be there at all. So just throwing that out there, just in case anyone wasn't sure how, you know, it all worked. But let's just get into the rest of this haul. Stuff is mainly Christmas items. So this is a really cool piece. I picked this up at a yard sale for $1. This is a ceramic Santa Claus, winking Santa Claus face mug, and he has this green rhinestone eyeball. I'm pretty sure this is Holt Howard. It's hard to like see the writing on the bottom, but I'm like 99.9% certain it's Holt Howard. These Santa face mugs, I just sold like a lot of the little tiny ceramic Santa face mugs you guys saw in my Christmas video when I was doing the kind of like unboxing of some vintage Christmas stuff. All of those little ceramic Santa mugs I sold. What did I sell them for? I listed them as the lot, and I sold them for $57. It was a lot of 7 of just the mini ceramic Santa face mugs. So I definitely, anytime I see Santa face mugs now, I'm gonna be picking them up. I also listed this Goebel Santa Claus. He is ceramic. He's an ornament. This here came from a private pick. You saw me like unbox this in my one video from our storage unit, I should say. I listed him, unfortunately he's not worth much. I listed him as a buy it now for $5.99. I listed these 2 vintage Putz cardboard houses. The one is marked Japan, the other one doesn't have any markings, but it looks pretty well exactly alike. These here have just been sitting around in a box, and I needed to get them listed. So I listed them together on auction with a starting price of $19.99. This piece here actually came from an auction. It is a ceramic Santa Claus on a sleigh. This is actually a lid to something. There was no bottom to this when, you know, it was purchased at the auction, but I really liked the look of him, and you really wouldn't know that he would have been a lid to something the way he just displays like he's on his sleigh. So I decided to take him for $1 just to see. I did put him on auction with a starting price of $12.99. This set here also won at an auction. I think these also were $1. This is a whole pewter nativity scene, like a nativity set. These are like really heavy pewter pieces. So it's the whole little baggie of them. And I have these listed as a buy it now for $12.99. This also came, no, this came from a yard sale. This was in a baggie of random Christmas ornaments that I found at a yard sale for $5. This, I'm pretty sure, is by Catherine's collection. I could be wrong, but that's what someone else had it listed as, so I went by that. It's a little pine cone elf man on skis. He's really cute, very whimsical looking. I just absolutely love stuff like this. So I listed him as a buy it now for $15.99. This here is a vintage large plastic nativity. Got this at a yard sale. You guys might remember the footage video. Eric was like, there's an animal missing. So there would have been an animal, I think, that would have been right here. But I told him it's still, like, it still looks nice, like, regardless of that animal not being there. Like, I think you can't really tell. I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but to me, I don't really see anything wrong, like, when I'm looking at it. But this year, I think we paid 75 cents for it. I want to say 50 cents or 75 cents. And I listed this as a buy it now for $29.99. Also listed this Santa Claus. He's like a, he's made, I think, to look like paper mache, but he's like a plasticky resin, I would describe him as. He's green with this little walking stick branch. He is signed on the back 1992 with a signature. I can't make it out. I'm not sure who exactly made him, but you guys know I like picking up signed stuff, and I love that primitive looking folk arty type pieces. So I listed him as a buy it now for $29.99. He probably came from a yard sale for like $1. This Santa Claus came from an auction, but I didn't pay anything for it. Someone was about to throw him in the trash. So Eric saved him because he knew I actually wanted this. But I told him I only wanted it if it was $1, and the tray that it was on sold for more than that, but apparently whoever wanted the tray didn't want this piece, so he saved it from the trash. It's called the Beach Santa, and he's made actually out of a piece of driftwood from San Juan Island in Washington State. So he was painted by the maker. Her name is Joan Gordon. So, like I said, I love pieces like this that are handmade, and she did sign the back here. It's called Beach Santa by Joan Gordon. So, I just thought this was so stinking cute. So, this here I listed as a buy it now for $29.99. This piece came out of the vintage Christmas unboxing video that I did. This was the celluloid Santa pulling the reindeer. I listed this as a buy it now for $25.99. This planter came from an auction. I think we paid around $5 for this. This is a vintage ceramic Santa Claus planter in front of his sleigh, and it's made in Japan by a company called HF & Co. So that's what the sticker looks like on the bottom. So I listed him as a buy it now for $49.99. So I saw someone else had him listed for much higher, but mine does have, you know, some paint issues from age. You can see here a little bit better on the back. This Santa Claus, and I absolutely love this one because he has that, like, real vintage look. I mean, obviously he's not because he's got like tinsel and stuff, but I love the look of him. He's by a company called Regan House. I actually have a snowman listed by this same company. I think I paid $5 for him at a yard sale, and I have this listed as a buy it now for $39.99. And then the last thing that I have for this haul is a vintage pixie knee hugger. This one is kind of on the larger side, and he's like a green velvet. I love his little face, so stinking cute. He does have a little bit of like discoloration on his velvet bits just from age, but he has like his little string you can hang him up with. Super duper cute. I'm not entirely sure where this came from. It was either a yard sale or an auction, but I listed him as a buy it now for $39.99. So that is everything for this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was actually kind of surprised that we found stuff at the church sale. I had saw their post on Facebook and they took some pictures of stuff, but it's always sometimes hard to really see what exactly is on the tables clearly. But what I was seeing, like, nothing was really standing out to me. So until you're really there and able to like look at stuff, will you actually find anything? So I was pleasantly surprised anyway with the stuff that we found. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.